And so here they are giving foreigners guided tours on land that used to be theirs. And apparently the guides aren't making much. I felt for him. There's nothing that I could do about that situation. And so that's part of the vitriol that's being directed towards Kelis. You done bought this land and you have displaced people.
Black power!
Is that her fault? Who sold her the land?
Ladies and gentlemen, that is Kelis. She was a big thing back in the day when that video clip came out. And I thought it was weird when she disappeared. I guess she was a farmer, a good one in America, with mental way thinking of white Americans and went to Africa.
And who displaced those people? I am nowhere at the level of Kelis in terms of land and acquisition, but I recall working with USAID and the Peace Corps in Okongo, Namibia. Them people in that community did not want me there.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man.
I was placed there. First of all, they had never met a Black American before, and they loved having white Americans in their village.
Because the problem is, they think Kelis is a Black American. You're just one that kinda looks like them with short hair, without the quality they respect. So you don't know them, but you think you know them because you're Black.
Now, I done replaced them, and they are looking at me like, who, you? You that look like us? You're here to help us, to save us? What happened to the white people? And you bald, you ain't got no hair, and you childless, so you really not a woman. In their culture and at that time, you're not a full woman if you don't have children.
Or did they request somebody that might think like a white person because maybe they understand how to maintain a form?
Let us investigate.
Look, I ChatGPT for you. She's not only a singer, she's a chef, she's a restaurateur, and a farmer. And somebody wrote in the comment section, bull. Short hair is common with women in East Africa. No one would comment on it. I'm like, yeah, duh. But not if you're American. They expect Beyonce with the fake hair.
I am more offended as an African American woman than you will ever be.
Then, to add insult to injury, I was placed in a house that several people used to live in. I didn't know that. So I'm walking around the compound because I was placed on a school compound in teacher housing. Don't nobody want to fuck with me, basically. Like, African hospitality was just out the window. Right. And for me, African hospitality is like top tier in the world. There are people who ain't want to fuck with me. Ain't nobody check on me. Ain't nobody offer me no food. Ain't nobody welcome me. I walk around. People would just grimace at me because I had displaced people without knowing. So I ask again, whose fault is that?
But supposedly the Kenyan ain't happy that Kelis are buying stuff. So the idea that you are going to buy something to support something that Kelis is doing, and you're surprised helping a person that they don't like, they might look at you in a grimace way. What are you doing over here? I'm like, don't you see the connection?
I said, hold on.
If somebody is helping my bully, I'm not gonna like that person.
Put me someplace else. So now let me give you the American perspective, like top tier in the world. There are people who ain't want to fuck with me. Ain't nobody check on me. Ain't nobody offer me no food. Ain't nobody welcome me. I walk around. People would just grimace at me because I had displaced people without knowing. So I ask again, whose fault is that? It wasn't my fault. Put me someplace else. So now let me give you the American perspective, because people have been sending me all of these reels and YouTube videos about Kelis and Kenya, other Americans, and they think it's great. They're like, oh, please give me your perspective on this. I think this is great. I'm thinking of relocating. I want to move. I want a new start. What's your experience like? Listen, the American perspective is like, Kelis is really doing it. In a lot of ways, I think it's wonderful, because for a group of people that have been told that Africa is backwards and dusty, Kelis is showing you that it ain't. And the fact that she has this global celebrity status shows you that if she can do it, you can do it.
In other words, people, to exaggerate, if you can survive a zombie apocalypse by building your own food, don't go to Africa and think you're Kelis.
Bye-bye. Check it out first before you jump all in. She's also doing this thing called We Farm, which I'm tapping in, okay? Because as a city girl who has killed houseplants,
Are you sure?
but has been told numerous times, Tadra, you need to buy a farm. You need to start farming. I know farming is not like what people want to make it seem like farming is easy. It is not. So, $1,300, you can give it to Kelis. You get your little plot of land. She gonna farm it for you. After 1 year, she's basically guaranteeing you a profit. I don't know what I want to farm. Maybe some lavender because I like lavender. I don't know. Let's talk about the culture, because there's a cultural aspect to this. And this is not what people are talking about online.
I think this part, I'm going to enjoy it so much. But it's just that certain people have an image of Africa so wild.
There's a discretion in wealth that Kelis thus far has not displayed, as far as we know. I'm not saying I know everything that this woman is doing, but the fact that she has purchased 150 acres of prime farmland, and we know about it, that's a no-no in the East African community. There's a lot of money here. People is moving and shaking. And I'm talking about Kenyans, other Africans, but they not broadcasting it. It's not to be broadcast. That's cultural. One of the things that used to shock me when I first moved to East Africa is how people would talk about juju and witchcraft, and how you just don't tell folks what you're doing, because somebody is going to get jealous and they're going to put some juju on you.
Hey, I thought all the people with colored hair, they are atheists. But now they're afraid of juju. Okay.
I'm not making this shit up. And I'm not talking about village folks. I'm talking about very educated people, very accomplished people, people with resources. They move in silence. You ain't gonna never know how much land somebody got, how many cows they got. Yes, cows. Cows going for $800 a head. Okay? Don't sleep on cattle wealth. You will never know. I'm friends with people, part of a royal clan in Uganda. The way they downplay this shit. The way my girlfriend gonna tell me she middle class, when baby, your family own a hotel contracted by the UN. Y'all own stuff all over the place. Middle class compared to who? I don't know how else to put it. There's a discretion that we don't exercise in the US.
Yeah. You boast. I need to buy this shoe. I need to buy this thing. Have 20 different shoes for every day because you're wearing the same clothes.
What? Why?
As I said, they are survivor mentality. You're in abundance. What? Well, you don't boast?
Hell no!
Somebody might catch the juju. It's a cultural thing. They don't like to boast. Why? Because it's seen as disrespectful.
I remember being in Namibia again and asking my supervisor how many cows he had, because I didn't know no better. He just looked at me disapprovingly, like I had asked a very rude question.
Threw up in my mouth a little bit.
Think about it. What you said culturally to them is, in America, what's your body code? What did you bring to the table? I mean, oh my God.
You don't want me asking you how much money you have in your bank accounts. Meanwhile, there you are, and you seeing hundreds of cattle just moving down the road, okay? And you know that so-and-so got a cattle ranch way out, and it's a big business. So again, there's discretion that's not being exercised. And I think that's one of the things that's triggering people. Maybe they're not in touch with that aspect, but that's also a part of it.
And the way you're speaking, they speak like that when you twerk.
One of them climbed up on the push bumper and began to dance on the push bumper. And then another two females came walking around the other way as well, climbed up on the side of the car. One was standing about right here, standing on and dancing on the hood.
That was done on a police car. And Kenya's gonna look at that like, what? What is this?
Now, as I've been having these conversations with people, I've been listening to what is being said, and I've been listening to what is not being said. And what's not being said, I think, is the lack of discretion, which I think is probably part of her marketing plan. She's using social media as a platform. Baby, this land, right, it's going to be a resort. She's going to want you to come to the resort. She has a skincare line in which I'm sure she's growing things that will be used in the skincare line. Okay? She's going to want you to purchase that. So there's that piece.
So an American woman that understands farming and know how to build a business in America is doing it in Africa. You're helping her, and other Kenyans maybe can work there, and maybe they see you, hey, you don't bring nothing to the table.
It's the hateration. How dare you come up in here and purchase 150 acres when we still fighting for our land in court, for our land, cannot afford to purchase land? There's that piece. Low key, I also believe there's some colorism, texturism happening. Yeah.
Like it's sometimes we overthink it. If you have money in any culture, you don't see rich Africans fight with rich Russians because they both understand money.
You son of a bitch.
I think there's that because that exists here in Kenya. The more approximate you are to whiteness in this country, the more you find that people are like, oh yeah, I want to partner with you. I want to date you. I want to have access to you. Like, I've had these, like, you know, barbershop conversations where this shit will come up and I'm just like, okay. So the Kikuyus are supposed to be more beautiful because they're lighter skin. All right. I'm not agreeing. I'm just listening.
Colorism exists. I totally agree with you there. But at the same time, you're trying to copy the people that are doing the colorism. You don't approve that rich people from other culture can buy the land of the Kenyans. But then for some odd reason, you want to copy an American that's doing the same thing.
The struggle was real.
And one of my girlfriends looked at me and she was like, yeah, Kenyans are not happy with Kelis. I'm just like, okay, pioneer. Why is that problematic? Colonization. So pioneer and colonization is one of the same. So apparently Kelis is going around telling people like, I'm a pioneer. As far as African Americans, she might be, though I know we've been coming here for a long time, before the 60s. I don't think we've been doing it at her scale. We're going to see what she does.
So in other words, some Kenyans that aren't that rich but say the land is theirs are a little pissed that a person in America with a lot of money is coming to their country, buying their land just like the white people they don't like, and they want you to explain what you think about her.
Don't you get it? You gotta use reverse psychology.
Sometimes I have conversations with women, non-black women, who are married to African men, and the things that come out their mouths. And I think to myself, your husband don't check you. He just let you. These are women who are European. These are women who are Black American, Black European. These are women who, Indian Kenyan. Like, So if a spouse is not checking their wife, their husband, on appropriate language, why would somebody who's looking to get money from Kelis check her on her language?
I find it even odder. A Kenyan man is not marrying a Kenyan woman, like you're saying, but then you want them to speak out against a Kenyan man. And you don't even understand the culture, and you don't even understand the people that have a form. But whenever you ask them about the form, they look at you iffy. Maybe they see something that you don't.
Y'all say y'all want us to come back and invest and do like the Chinese and do like the Indians. She buying up. And now she's started businesses. She got some apps now. She's doing it. She's employing people. If she was Chinese, if she was British, if she was Indian, if she was a major corporation, would you still have this level of vitriol for this woman?
No.
I don't see any Chinese or any other culture going to make a video about this, be like, hey, what do you want us to do? They don't care. It's only an American that goes to Africa is going to tell the Africans, why do you care that we buy your land?
Don't get me wrong, makosa kita bong. Put the fire na mi blonde, kush hash, purple skunk, criollo, colombici, jam, jam, turloqueta, verdetta, welcome.